So Netflix dropped a documentary and a limited series about the Menendez brothers case in the last, couple weeks. And it has ignited a huge movement of genius celebrities who want to undo this injustice of them doing life in prison, because there are reasons that we're going to hear about today. Because listen, Rosie O'Donnell thinks the Menendez brothers do not deserve to be in jail because of the abuse that was going on in their family. Kim Kardashian also thinks that you should release these guys. They've served their time. These are good people who were just under the thumb of an abusive man who was doing terrible things to them. And thus, why are they in jail? And you're like, you mean aside from the fact that they took shotguns and shot their own mom in the face? Blew off her hand, shot her like 7 times? Their mom? You ever seen what a shotgun does to a person? They did that, right? So the dad was abusing him, which I don't believe anyway, but let's just say I did, So we're going to look at this case really quick. Okay. I'll give you guys a quick update or a refresher on the case itself. And then we're going to talk about these lunatic celebrities who are jumping on the bandwagon to get these guys released. It's unreal. Okay. This makes no sense that this is an actual thing that's going on. Listen to this.
The problem. Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Someone killed my parents.
So that right there, that was a fake. That was them calling 911, pretending that they had just found their parents who had been brutally murdered in their living room. They had been the ones who did it. With shotguns, right? They came back. Then they got up. Okay, ready? All right. Someone shot my parents, because these are such good guys. Okay, so let's continue.
Were 2 good-looking but seemingly spoiled Beverly Hills rich kids who shocked the world when they killed their parents, Jose and Kitty, in 1989, launching one of America's most infamous criminal trials.
Now, do these guys strike you as abused kids, or do they strike you as psychopaths? I'm serious. Look in their eyes. These are psychopaths.
Lyle had cheated his way and got kicked out of Princeton. They were complete failures to their father.
Their story is making major headlines right now as new evidence is surfacing that may just change everything for the incarcerated brothers.
There was tension in the house. There was fighting in the house. The father was threatening to disown them, to take them out of the will.
And that's true, okay? That's true. And he was going to take Lyle, the older one, out of the will because he got kicked out of Princeton. Okay. So again, I feel like there's a lot of families that have fighting and tension in the house. And the fact that he was going to take his son out of the will because he got kicked out of Princeton, right? He's like, you haven't earned this money. You can't even get through college, whatever. I'm going to take you out of the will. And then somehow they found a reason to whack out both the dad and the mom. Innocent, obviously, no matter what. Okay. And then they inherited the money, right? Because he didn't have time to cut him out of the will, because they acted very quickly once he said he was going to cut them out of the will. But soft-hearted celebrities think that reasons they should be out.
Veteran journalist Shelley Ross led coverage for ABC News during the trial. She spoke with True Crime News about the brothers' allegation that they were sexually abused. Having delved deep into the case, Ross isn't convinced.
No, look in their eyes, dude. These guys are psychos. Okay? Seriously, do you have any ability to read people? Anybody who does, I don't even know why I'm talking to you like that, because you can look and obviously tell. These two are psychopaths.
A lot of things were happening, but not over sexual abuse.
Did you ask him not to?
Yes.
How did you ask him not to?
I just told him, I don't.
But a newly discovered letter written from Eric Menendez to his cousin before the murders writes about sex abuse from his father. Eric saying, "I've been trying to avoid Dad. It's still happening." Could it be a key piece of evidence to change past court decisions?
Or could it be a piece of evidence that was created after the crime during the trial of some kind? Because how are you going to verify when that piece of paper was actually written? Do you have some kind of thing that can differentiate between a note written 35 years ago plus 2 months, or you know what I mean? Right? 35, you know what I mean? And by the way, let's say that their daddy did put things in their mouth they did not want, which I do not believe, for the record. And let's say daddy did the worst things to him. I'm going to take it from you, boy. Take it. As opposed to just being like a domineering father that, like, you know, expected a lot from them. I'm not saying the dad's a good dude, right? But let's say that the dad did that. Why'd you kill your mom? Huh? Why did you shoot and kill your mom? Now, you will notice when it comes to me, not going to get a lot of leeway with me if you murder women, okay? Now, if you murder your own mother, okay? And then people, oh my God, I need to make this up. This is a really important issue for me. We need to get these guys out of jail. They shot their mom in the face with a shotgun many times. Okay, they shot her many, many times. This isn't like a, you know, oh, I didn't know what was going to happen. Sorry, this is one of the most ludicrous stories I've ever covered, I think.
Many of the brothers' supporters, including Rosie O'Donnell and Kim Kardashian,
morons,
are now calling for the convictions to be vacated. In fact, Kardashian penned a letter writing, "We owe it to those little boys who lost their childhoods." But not everyone is convinced the pair should be freed.
They're just gullible. They want a cause. Kim Kardashian, I admire because she has worked very hard for years for prison reform in the justice system. I think that's great. So she got caught up in this.
Yeah, she's confused. She's confused. Kim, I know you won't see this, but if you do see this, I like how you look, girl. I'm just kidding. If you do see this, though, just stop thinking about what happened with their dad and just think about what they did to their mom. You're a mom, right? You're a mom. I think you have a son, right? So think about what the mom went through. Last moments on earth, her 2 sons, okay? She knew what was happening. Their mom knew what was happening. That's how her life ended. She knew. I'm being killed by my 2 sons. Take that empathy, put it somewhere that it belongs, not with these 2 fucking pieces of shit.
It's not her fault that she's gullible.
Now there's the TikTok movement to free the Menendez.
But pressure is building with last week's news that LA DA George Gascon and his office are considering legal requests to re-sentence the brothers. A court hearing is set for late November.
We have not decided.
George Gascon. Here, let's play a game really quick, guys. I haven't even looked this up yet. So you know what I was going to look up? Is, you know, all these like woke DAs that were going into these cities, and it seemed as though their priority was letting people out of jail and not putting people into jail. You know, they're like, you know, reform, right? Reform. Well, most of them were put into office by, guess who? Noros, right? Rhymes with Zoros, okay? And so I looked it up, and rest assured, that is exactly who put this guy in charge, okay? So this guy who is considering letting the Menendez brothers out of prison, okay? Look at, in 2020 for Gascon, the total donate and price, the total donated was $5 million. For Gascon specifically, the Justice and Public Safety and Smart Justice PAC money and individual donations made directly by folks who fund those PACs made up for all the massive difference in the end of campaign spending in his successful 2020 race against DA Jackie Lacey. You can verify this on your own, but I'm telling you absolutely 100%. The Justice and Public Safety and Smart Justice PAC, that's a Soros PAC. Without a doubt, I'm not going to bore you guys with all that. You can verify it on your own. Call me out if I'm wrong, but I'm not. It's 1,000%. So, returning back over here, let's listen to this Soros DA talk about why he's going to let the Menendez brothers out of jail.
On the outcome, we are reviewing the information.
Additional evidence may support a rehearing, including a claim in a Peacock documentary by former Menudo boy band member Roy Rossello that he was raped by music executive Jose Menendez.
How is that relevant? Even if he did do that, how is that relevant? So they get to murder their mom?
Yes.
I know what he did to me in his house.
After many years of following the story, Shelley Ross has her own strong opinions on the brothers.
I wouldn't say he abused the 2 children. By the time they killed their parents, they were fully grown adults about to go away to college. And from the beginning, their entire story, this entire case, is just one big lie. It was a big, giant, 100-pound elephant of a lie 35 years ago. It was a 100-pound lie during the trial. And 35 years later, it's still a big lie.
100%. They killed them because they were getting cut out of the will. Okay? Unless you are seriously that stupid and gullible. Okay? So nothing's going on. Dude gets kicked out of Princeton. Father tells him he's cutting him out of the will. I think his trust fund was $8 million or something like that back in the 80s. And then suddenly they find a reason to whack out their parents and make it look like the mafia did it inside of like 7 days. But yeah, it's probably because they were sexually abused for years and years and years. I mean, seriously, if Kim Kardashian is that gullible, good Lord, imagine the things that you could trick her into doing. Giving you money. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about like tricking her into giving me money. That's what I was thinking when I said that. Anyway, let's finish this thing off and
Renewed interest in the case has reached a fever pitch between a scripted series on Netflix and a new documentary.
Maybe now people can understand the truth.
For the first time in 30 years, the 56 and 53...
Hey, you want those two guys to move in next door, dude? How would you feel about those two guys living next door to you? They don't give me the heebie-jeebies at all, dude.
Year-old brothers are telling their own story from behind prison walls in the Menendez Brothers.
Everyone asks why we killed our parents. We looked like the perfect family, but behind the walls, something very wrong was happening.
No doubt the Menendez brothers are...
I'm sorry. There you go. Just take a little gander in those eyes.
No doubt.
Yeah. Listen, that's not a scary pair of eyes. Those don't say cold-blooded psycho at all.
The Menendez brothers are hoping the attention will translate into an official hearing from the justice system and possible freedom.
It's disgusting. These guys will get out of jail. They'll sell their life rights. They'll do a book. They'll do whatever. And they'll get more money than they would have had from their trust fund. Like, get out of here with this, dude. Every celebrity that's signing on for this should be ashamed of themselves. Okay? There's another video I wanted to show you guys here on this really quick because I think this says that they're breaking silence.
The Menendez brothers could be getting out.
Leslie, I have to ask, how do you feel that the Menendez brothers might be getting their case
This is her attorney, or this is their attorney from the original trial.
reviewed?
I will make no comments about my clients, none whatsoever.
That's now 81-year-old lawyer Leslie Abramson, who staunchly defended Eric in court.
This 4'11" Little Orphan Annie lookalike is 104 pounds of pure dynamite.
Have you seen the documentary, Leslie?
No.
You haven't
Documentary?
I mean, no, in the series on Netflix. Have you seen?
That I heard about?
Yeah,
No,
but-
I don't watch
Dude,
any.
why doesn't she do so? I mean, she's driving around in whatever car that is. There's money to be made here, sweetheart. You know what I mean? There's some money to be made here. You should take it.
Do you know how much people hate you? No, do you know, though?
You're not watching any of it,
No,
Leslie?
I didn't watch the last series.
Eric was the abused son of wealthy parents.
Sopranos star Edie Falco was nominated for an Emmy playing Leslie in a Law & Order true crime series about the case.
I thought I knew what this story was, and then I read how much more information is now available, so nobody knew about this environment.
Leslie stepped
She's an amazing actress, Edie Falco. That is a fact.
away from practicing law in 2013. But here's a question. While stars like Kim Kardashian and Rosie O'Donnell push for Eric and Lyle's freedom, why isn't Leslie also speaking out?
It's a little surprising that she would...
So let me ask you this, right? You know, they've been in jail for 30 years, man. 30 years, man. So, what's their mom been doing? You know? They served their debt to society. What's their mom been doing? These guys premeditated, planned this out, and killed their mom. Not spur of the moment, not nothing. Okay? Gabrielle and I talk about this in our new Play with Matches episode at length, and I would encourage you guys to watch it because it's a lot better than this video. But that's what I got. This is absurd.